Before we continue, I want to pause just briefly and speak to those of you who keep walking into the dark with me. To the Narratrix family, thank you. We're approaching nearly 60,000 of us now. 60,000 minds willing to sit with stories that don't comfort, that don't resolve neatly, that don't promise safety. That matters. Because what comes next in this story is not an escalation in the usual sense. There are no jump scares waiting behind the door, no sudden violence. Instead, this is where the truth begins to accumulate, where curiosity becomes exposure, where listening turns into something far more dangerous. This is part 2, because once knowledge enters the room, it doesn't arrive in stages. It seeps, it widens, and it doesn't ask permission. Let's continue. I can't repeat the first thing he told me. Not because I'm sworn to confidentiality, not because I refuse, because there's nowhere for it to land in language. It wasn't words. It wasn't an image either. It was like being handed a shape my mind had no dimensions for, then being forced to hold it until my thoughts squealed. One moment I was sitting in my chair, the next I was aware, wrenchingly aware, of how arbitrary my body was. Bones, flesh, a sack of water and electricity that thought itself important because it could name things. And beyond that body, a lattice, a vast, indifferent structure of things that are. The tiny filament labelled Ellen Rowe shimmered in that lattice like a cobweb thread on a construction site the size of infinity. I didn't see that exactly. I knew it, a knowing with heat and weight. The awareness passed in less than a second. But when I blinked, my eyes were wet. My fingers dug into the arms of my chair, and I was breathing too fast. "I'm sorry," Jonas said softly. That was imprecise of me. What was that? My voice sounded thin. "I gave you a primer," he said. He looked almost contrite. "I needed to see if your mind would reject it immediately. Most do. They flinch and it bounces off. Brains are very good at lying to themselves." He tilted his head, studying me. "You didn't flinch," he continued. "You let it in." A tiny, ridiculous part of me felt pleased. The rest of me was trying not to be sick. "Jonas," I managed. "I think you might be experiencing something that other people would struggle to understand. I'd like to get a sense of how long you've been feeling aware of this kind of thing." He smiled. "Oh, Dr. Rowe," he murmured. "You're still assuming I'm one of you." I wrote something in my notes without looking, pen trembling. Possible psychosis, powerful internal world, feels alienated from humanity. Help me understand, I said more quietly. If you're not one of us, what are you? He shrugged, a disturbingly elegant gesture. An interface, he said. A filament, a small expression of something much larger. You have nothing in your languages that fits. You could call me a messenger, but that implies intention. There is none. I'm more like a symptom of the universe's curiosity. My heart gave an uncomfortable lurch. You said you're lonely, I reminded him, grasping for something human. I am, he agreed. It is hard to be the only open door in a wall that doesn't know it's a wall. He looked at the framed forest print on my wall. Do you like not knowing? He asked suddenly. Not knowing what? I said, although I thought I understood. Anything, he replied. Everything. The parameters, the reasons. He looked back at me, and I realized his eyes weren't any color I recognized. Not really. They were the color of deep water under starlight, that shifting almost black, where reflection tries to remember it is light. Most of your kind, he said, clutch at not knowing like a blanket. You tuck yourselves in with it. You invent stories to hide it, to hide in. Gods that watch you, purposes that love you. Even your nihilists are proud of being clever monkeys on a meaningless rock, as though that's the edge of it. His voice dropped, gentle, almost fond. It isn't the edge of it. I swallowed. What is beyond it? I asked before I could stop myself. The question hung between us like bait. His lips curved. Later, he said. I don't want to break the toy on the first day. Something in my chest turned to ice. I'm not a toy, I said more sharply than I intended. His smile faded. No, he agreed. You are a vessel. I want to see how much you can hold. The clock on the wall clicked softly to the top of the hour. Our time was up. Except when I glanced at it, the hands were wrong. Both were pointing straight down to a place there should be no numbers. I stared. When I looked again, they were where they should be, 10 minutes to. Same time next week, Jonas asked politely. I heard myself say, yes. If you're still here, thank you for staying. This is the point in the story where most people would turn away, where the mind starts to feel the pressure of knowing too much, too soon. And yet you listened. That's what binds this community. Not fear, but willingness. This is where the damage begins, quietly, not with screams, but with comprehension. From here on, the question is no longer what is he? It's whether the human mind was ever meant to survive answers at all. We'll continue shortly. And until then, remember, not every story wants to scare you. Some, they just want you to understand.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.